right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked country, this kingdom you call America, United States. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you men that are prophesying and laboring throughout the four winds of the world. Shalom. All right, and we're gonna get into it right now. We're gonna get into the chip. All right, because that's a major prophecy that has to come to pass. That's probably one of the most important next to the World War II. All right, World War III, Salakia. World War III being 1, and and the chip being 1A. All right, the prophecies that must come to pass before the destruction comes here to America. All right, so someone get that Revelations 19, Bible shot. 10.
This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of Yahawashi, Hamashiach, is the spirit of prophecy. If you're not prophesying, you're not in the spirit of the Lord. You're not in the spirit of Yahawashi. And the major prophecy that we're going to get into is the chip, the RFID chip, because it's not brought up, but from the men of Great Millstone. And men of Great Millstone and those that teach the same doctrine. Okay?
I want to say this right quick. And Yahawashi is who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, okay? So if you're out there worshiping Jesus Christ and all that, you ain't in the spirit of Yahawashi. Even though the Bible is written, the word Jesus is talking about who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, but we know him in his truth name, in the ancient Hebrew, the Paleo, Yahawashi. And that comes with a different vibration, okay? He ain't coming in that same Jesus Christ spirit. He's coming in a whole different spirit. What after that?
The chip, Revelations 13.
Revelation chapter 13, I'm going to start up at verse 16, straight to the point, right? It says, and he calls it all, I got to read 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And the beast is the Roman Empire, reincarnated to what your current setup right now. All right?
It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right, so if you don't worship this New World Order system, you don't bow down, you don't take this mark, these Edomites, these elites are going to have you killed. You're going to be rounded up in concentration camps, and you're going to be beheaded. You're going to be tortured. All right, that's what's coming to America.
That's right. Thus said the Bible, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
That's all. That's everybody. Everybody in this society that we're living in, everybody in the world. All. Both small and great. Whether you living in the gutter of Skid Row somewhere, or you living in the hills of Hollywood or Beverly Hills somewhere, everyone's going to take this chip. Your athletes, your politicians, everyone's going to have to bow down to this chip or they're going to die. All right?
It says,
basically everybody within this man's society that will have to be a part of his identification system.
That's right.
All right? He's gonna, because basically when you in power, you need to identify all your slaves, all your servants. Everybody has to be identified, and that's part of the technology that this devil's gonna use to rule over the people. Okay? That's what that's about, man. Okay?
Right.
Yep.
It says, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
All right, that mark is talking about the RFID chip. Right here. It's a marker. It's gonna, like you have cattle, like a farmer marks his cattle, it's gonna be a marker, a chip, a microchip the size of a grain of rice that's gonna be put in everyone's hand or in their forehead. All right? And if you don't have that mark, you can't, well, it's gonna say it.
Yep. It says, and that no man, it says, receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So you're going to be cut off in this society. You can't buy or sell. You can't do little side jobs. You can't you just can't. You won't be able to survive in this society unless you can buy or sell, unless you can buy food, unless you can go to work and provide for your family. Or that's what that's talking about. Unless you have that mark, that mark of the beast, the RFID chip.
That's right. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
All right, and what the Christian church doesn't tell you, they don't even get into the mark of the beast. All right, but they're not going to tell you there's consequences. All right, because you got a lot of Hebrew Israelite groups out there that's telling you the mark is not the RFID chip. They're telling you it's everything from Christianity to an embargo,
to how you believe, to just stupidity,
philosophy. Yeah. But there's consequences for that. And the consequences are dire. All right, the consequences are thermonuclear fire.
Hey, it's a lot. Just to make it real, I don't mean to cut you off, but with the consequences is what the brother was talking about earlier with World War III. When World War III and America loses and is destroyed in World War III, you get to be burned up in it also. That's the consequence. Okay, so trust me, and this will be the worst death ever. This will be the event that the world will never ever forget ever again. All right, you got it, bro. I was into that.
But see, this chip is not going to come in the form of, oh, here, everyone take the chip. No, this devil has specific devices that he's going to give you this chip in. All right, through your money, which is, the main reason for it, and to track everyone. But he's going to give you the chip in numerous types of conniving, slick ways, and eventually it's going to be made mandatory. Get 2 Corinthians 2:11. Right? Satan's devices.
Then if I could get
5.
You got it.
Because this devil, he uses his technology to entice mainly our people, mainly you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's going to give you this chip like it's something that you need, that's something that you want, something that's innovative. This is the new technology. That's why it's such this big push for this 5G technology, to try to this race for 5G. Whoever has the 5G, and that's what this chip is going to be controlled by. All right, that's the main reason that America is. People don't even know that America declared a national emergency against that Chinese company Hawaii. Yeah, because those Chinamans, their technology is way advanced than America's. They've been having 5G over there for maybe a year now. But that 5G technology is the key to this RFID chip. Once the 5G technology is set up here in America, that's when you're going to see people already have the chip. All right, but that's when you're going to see the chip being pushed even more. All right.
Now, 5G, so like a 5G can hold more frequency and more data to be exchanged over it. Okay, which this RFID chip is going to have more data in it, and it's going to be radio frequency, like a Bluetooth that can tap into all of your personal identification requirements, your birth certificate, your blood type, your medical information. As well as your bank statements, all of that stuff, your credit history, all that's going to be involved in it.
It's going to be interlinked. Everything's going to ping and bounce off everything else.
Yep.
What I was going to say was, we always go to the etymology, and you look up mark, of course, in the Greek for Revelation 13:16, it being charagma.
Yep.
There's 2 different root words that it goes back to. It goes to charax, which is basically like a sharp instrument, like a pail or a stake that you stick into the ground.
Yeah.
But when you look at it in modern form, it's really talking about the microchip syringe that they put into your skin to inject that chip into you. Within that the mark, or within that chip, you go back to the root word is graphos, which the word grapho means to write, like to record. So basically, that mark is going to have all your record, all your information, man. It's going to be written in that chip.
if I could tie one more thing into that, if you think about what these cell phones and these smartphones, whatever, do, what does it do? You don't have to hold the information on the chip because it just transmits the information that you have on it and puts it to you, but it goes where? Into the cloud. Well, who has access to the cloud? Anybody with access to the cloud. Esau, he can use it as big brother, the one that's watching over you and choosing what you can and can't. Don't give him access to this door. I mean, movies have had it for years. Okay, movies like Demolition Man and so on and other movies have had this technology in it for years.
Hey, the perfect one is Enemy of the State.
Yes. So this whole shit there.
He had the dude that was with him, he was like, hey, let me see your shoes. Let me see everything that he had on him. He had to basically take apart because all of it was chipped up. It was bugs, man.
Even in that movie Manchurian Candidate, he was chipped. And you gotta understand, Esau is going to be able to control your thoughts, your emotions, your every action. He, like the scripture says, he thinks he is the Most High. He's going to have the ability to shut your life off if he wants to, because it has in this chip, it has a small thing of cyanide poison, and that gives him the ability to end your life if he wants to. All right, so taking this chip is giving this devil all the power and authority over you. You're bowing down to him as your God, essentially.
And when you look also in the blue letter in the Chaldeans lexicon for Karakma, it also says as the badge of servitude. If they say the Antichrist, but really that's talking about this the beast system. So basically, you serve the beast if you accept that chip.
But it is a form of Antichrist. It's anti-anointed. It's against the Most High.
The society is against Yahawashi.
Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Who's not ignorant? The name of the Lord. The hopeful elect, the elect that's out here preaching his word and telling you the mark of the beast is the RFID. We're not ignorant of Esau's devices. We know Esau is going to try to do any and everything to get us to entice us to take the chip. He's going to put it at your job, right? If you got a good job and you provide for your family, it's going to come a time when you're going to have to, your job's going to tell you, your employer is going to say, hey, we're implementing this new system, and due to the uprisings of the people, due to the world war that we're currently in, the collapse of the dollar, the national security, our employees, all right, we want you to take this chip so we can identify it. They're going to make it seem like it's something that you need, something that you can't live without. And if you don't take it, they're going to cut you off. That good job, you're making 6 figures, you're providing for your family. Hey, you gotta pick and choose. It's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to choose, your life and your livelihood, what you're used to, or to continue that on, or let it go for the Heavenly Father.
Just because you may think that, okay, I'm a millionaire or I'll be a millionaire when this comes out, you won't have access to your money. You ain't gonna be able to walk around with $1 million or however many millions of dollars you got. It ain't gonna do nothing for you because all of that's being put onto a system, a digital system. Okay, it's not gonna be greenbacks no more where you hand over cash.
It's a digital system now.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They don't. It's certain countries, it's certain cities in, I believe, Switzerland or Ireland where only 95% of it is cashless. In a lot of places, Sweden, yeah. It's like that's what I meant. Sweden, it's like. In a lot of places in China, are going cashless. They show you that. First it was paper money, then it came credit cards, and then it comes credit card with the chip in it. Now it's going to be no money, no currency.
Straight into you.
And they show you that because I can transfer money from my account to this brother's account like that.
It's taking what the cell phones and these smartphones can do. Me sending money to him or whatever, or to paying a bill, walking into Amazon Go stores or whatever, and clicking on it that way. Or somebody steal your phone, to put it right inside your body. Okay, which they say is like the safest place to make sure it's linked to you. You know?
And a lot of store owners are going to that. Even see Nipsey Hussle store.
Yeah.
It's a smart store where it's in the hood. So Jay come through there and rob you. And that's going to be the solution. Hey,
That's the solution.
make your customers pay with the chip. Eventually, pay with your debit card or credit card. And now no, we cutting that out. You got to have the chip. So if you want to come get from this convenience store, whatever, Walmart, you're gonna have to have the chip. It's a lot, bro. You got.
No, that was when they had that nigga's memorial.
Yeah.
That was the theme that they were running in that memorial.
Yeah.
They were sending little hidden messages,
Yeah.
basically about the mark of the beast.
That this is the first, not first, but he was one of the first persons to have the so-called smart store.
Yeah.
Linking the mark of the beast, RFID, Illuminati plane,
Yep.
right to the hood, to the niggas near you, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why they honored this nigga so great.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 16 and verse 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it."
Yeah, you have to lose life. You have to lose your life according to this world to have an opportunity to save it.
Yeah.
That's the only way it works.
And by losing your life, that's you not getting a chip because that's your whole life. To buy and sell, that's your whole livelihood. You live in an apartment or you own a house. You got to pay your mortgage. You got to pay to have your lights on. You got to pay to put food in your family's mouth. How you gonna do that?
The Book of Baruch said we're subject to payments. That's how life happens over here. You don't just get to be on your land or off in the mountains somewhere, rule off the land and picking berries and hunting squirrels, and that shit don't work. Okay?
They outlaw that. You can't even grow your own
can't
food
do that.
if you wanted to. Obama, your beloved President Obama did away with that, growing your own food.
Yep. As soon as martial law is brought in, all the things that these past presidents have put forth in legislation is gonna come to pass.
Yeah.
You gotta.
It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Yep.
I mean, that's the point. That's the point.
So you have to be. If you don't give up your life now, while society is doing what it's doing and building your faith up in it, detaching yourself from the mentality of this world of society, then you're gonna lose your life. You're gonna be killed. I'm hungry. I'm gonna run down to the nearest food bank to scan my chip, and I gotta go get this. Nah, it ain't gonna happen that way.
And losing your life on our side is losing the lust of this world, the lust of the flesh, the worldly things.
Yep.
But if you take that chip, you're gonna lose your life literally.
Yep.
And you're gonna come back into the kingdom. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna come back shamed. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Hey, it is hard to be in this society in today's times and to lose your life, because it looks like, okay, I gotta work, I got opportunity to make money, I got opportunity to be this, I can be on social media and be that, but you give all that up to exalt Yahawashi. When you exalt them, then your opportunity for salvation is multiplied.
That's why they say, Scripture says, store your treasures in heaven where
moth and
rust do not corrupt. All right, you can't store your treasures here. You can't, build up Jake's out there. They build up a business, and are you willing to let that business go? Most of them not.
How many?
You gonna catch missiles over a business?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that you selling Jordans and fitted hats and shit? That's worth you getting a missile. You have to walk away from that in that day, man. If you really fear the Lord, you have to make a decision. That's what this scripture is talking about. The hour of temptation. You're gonna be faced with a choice, either to do good or not.
And the scriptures are plain about what's good and what's not.
There's no gray areas.
There's no gray areas. Straightforward about what's plain and what's not.
You can't even think twice about it, man. You're gonna have your woman that's gonna be like, she gonna be giving in.
Oh yeah.
That shit get harder though.
And then if you weak for your woman, hey, y'all both, it's through for both of you, man.
I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And he said all the world. That goes right with when he said cause it all.
Yeah.
Everybody got to deal with this. What you gonna do? You gonna eat, or you gonna starve to death? That's how it's gonna be presented.
And everyone act like they're not gonna take the chip, and you don't know what you're gonna do when that hour of temptation comes. You don't know what position you're gonna be in. You don't know. You might even be with your family, or you may be with your. You don't know what the hell is gonna happen. That's why you got to be calling on the Lord. That's why you got to be storing up your treasures in heaven now. All right, this is the time. This ain't. You just can't. Okay, when the mark of the beast come, when they make it mandatory, I'm not gonna take it. No, you gonna be. Niggas like that gonna be the first one to take it.
When the Jake that said was up here, well, I'm gonna wait till that comes and I'll deal with it then. You ain't gonna be ready for it.
It don't work like that.
They're just gonna put you out in the NFL, just throw you out in the field, with all them heavy hitters out there, and give you the ball. You gonna make it? No, they gonna kill you out there.
You're gonna go in the ring with Deontay Wilder and you ain't trained a day in your life.
Right.
But you're gonna step to him and be like, man, I got it. I think I can get it. I think I got one.
I watched enough YouTube videos.
Hey, man. Yeah,
Don't work that way.
Nah, man.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
So when you give up your life for the Lord, guess what he does? Because he calls it all. So the presentation gonna be eat with us or starve to death, right? But what you don't know, the Lord, like you just read, has a way to deliver the just. There's always a way out, like 1 Corinthians 13th chapter. 10th chapter, 13th verse. He always make a way to escape. Okay, so what is he gonna do? He gonna make sure the servants eat. Now that don't mean we just gonna be sitting up there gluttonous at the table just while everybody's starving. No. But there's gonna be moments where we don't eat, but there's gonna be moments where we do get filled.
Yep. He's gonna give us that daily bread. He's gonna, in the day of the Lord, the day of temptation, the Lord is gonna give us just enough. All right. We may make us fast for 2 days for a certain reason to give us abundance of food after those 2 days. We don't know when that time comes, but we're preparing ourselves, now spiritually. All right, because hey, when the shit hit the fan, yeah, it's gonna be people take a chip. And it's gonna be tempting because you're gonna say, damn, I'm hungry too. You're gonna be, man, it's gonna be demons messing with you in that day. That's why you gotta be grounded in this truth, grounded in this faith. And the Lord, if you want to hear this, He's gonna deliver you.
This is Psalms chapter 37 and verse 19. It says, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied.
Yep.
But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away.
That's plain. In the day of the Lord, you're gonna get the enemies of Yahawashi, the men of the Lord, are gonna be consumed in smoke, thermonuclear fire, concentrated fire from a chariot.
Psalms 34 and 19. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. So He's gonna make a way for us to be preserved from the hour of temptation. All right, whatever the troubles that we're gonna be facing, hey, because it's gonna be a time period that all of Israel is gonna be under tribulation. It's called Jacob's trouble. But only the elect are going to be the ones that's going to be saved out of that.
We're talking about the hour of temptation, right?
Yep.
Matter of fact, verse 10 said, neither murmur ye, like don't have that second guess or doubt about it, about why you're not taking it. A lot of people talking that I ain't gonna take the ship. I don't care what Esau do. But when that moment come, man, we're gonna see what you really made of. All right? It says, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, just like in the wilderness. It was all cool when they were eating lamb sandwiches, lamb wraps on the way out, right? With the
Passover.
Yeah, the Passover. But then they got deep into the wilderness, and even though they had manna and water and quail, they still were murmuring. Okay? That same type of event is gonna happen to where you're gonna be tested to where you would prefer to be attached to the system. Then you're gonna go and get that chip and it's a wrap for you. Okay? Anyway, it says, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonishment.
Hey, so like, and during that time in the wilderness, that whole entire 40-year period was a trial run for Israel.
Yep.
And the Most High used that to test, you know, their integrity and their faith.
Yep.
Jake didn't have any. They failed the test. Yep. That's why only 2 souls made it out. You know, Joshua and Caleb. Jake, them saved souls is back today. Jake don't have faith at all, man. Jake they're too impulsive. They only trust in their flesh, man.
What they can see.
Whatever they can see, man.
Tangibility.
Yeah.
And they lack patience, man.
Right.
That's one thing about niggas in this world. They don't have the ability to wait and persevere, man. It's just instant gratitude that everybody's seeking for. I want it right here, right now. I need my belly satisfied right here, right now. You can't wait a couple hours.
That's the spirit of Esau and Jacob.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait for the lentil, the meat to be cooked. He had to have it right now. That's the faith. Like the scripture says, you are your father the devil. It's your 2/3 niggas, man. You're gonna in time of haste, you're gonna run straight to the white man. Okay, give me the chip, man. Shit, I suffered long enough. You know,
there's gonna be a line full of niggas that making excuses.
Yeah, they're making excuses. If my baby gotta eat anything.
If you can't, if you're against fasting, you can't fast at all. You taking the chip.
Oh yeah.
You just gonna take the chip.
I wasn't gonna say it earlier, but this whole practice of us fasting and all that, when you don't eat for a while and you fast, guess what? You're not as hungry. It don't take as much to fill you up. That's enough. We don't need a lot of food. We just need enough to keep us in our faith, still persevering day to day till the elect be saved. You know, that's all we're gonna need.
At the end of the day, in that day, the food that we eat is going to give us the energy we need to, whether we move into another area, whether we need to get to safety. You know, like today we need to eat multiple times a day, maybe because we work a lot. So we need the energy. In that day, we ain't gonna be working. You know, the Lord's gonna have us put away somewhere.
Hey, our flesh is gonna start shutting down, but our spirit, the difference is the spirit of the Lord is what's gonna have to be pushed up higher.
What you gonna say, bro?
This is precept in, I believe, it's 2 Corinthians says it. It says, but though our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day.
That's right. That's exactly right. Through the Spirit.
Kind.
Yep. I was reading. Yeah. Kind. Yep. It says, that's where I'm at. It says, verse 11. It says, and they are written for our admonishment, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. There should no, and a lot of you think you're gonna stand, but you're really gonna fall on that day. But those that are admonished by the words and built up by these words of those before you doing it, you're gonna be able to stand in that day, right? It says, there have no temptation taken you, but as such is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
So the Most High is not going to put you in a position that you can't handle, pretty much. All right, you know, the men of the Lord, the elect. All right, the Most High is going to put us in a position for us to
be tried.
To be tried.
Everyone may fail, but the elect.
Yep.
In that same level of trial.
To overcome.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, you're gonna have some people whose faith is made of gold, whose faith is made of silver.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have people whose faith is made of wood.
Yep.
You know.
Wood burns, by the way.
Yeah. You got certain levels of faith. The Most High gave faith as a gift.
Yep.
Okay. Those that have the faith of gold, those are the ones that the Lord is gonna try and make them white and purified, man.
Right.
And once they come out of this thing, hey, that right there, that's one of my sons. He endured to the end. Now do I set a crown upon his head for standing stiffly and boldly for my name's sake.
That's right.
All right, those are those men that's going to be rewarded, man, at the end for enduring unto the end, even if they have to face death. You know, some of us is going to be tested to the point where we're going to be staring death in his face.
Yep.
You can't give in. And it's easier said than done, man.
Right.
Right now, everything, we can still eat. You know, we still got homes we can go to. We still, you know, we can still get comfort and all that right now.
Running water.
Running water, everything is still convenient. But just wait till that moment happens, man. We all are going to be tried in that time. Every last one of us, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord is training us up now to go through. By putting us through, you know, certain afflictions. You know, when brothers fast, it's really you're kind of exercising your spirit to be able to become desensitized to affliction. So that when it does happen, you're gonna breeze right through it. Like, well, I went through this. I know what that feels like. I know what it's like to go a day or two without food. You know?
Endurance means to make hard.
Exactly.
So you hardening yourself to the desires of your flesh, the wants of your flesh. The flesh is like, man, aren't you thirsty? Don't you want to eat something? Can't, you know, it's gonna play all these tricks on you. And let's not forget that the demons is gonna mess with your mind, pushing you into going to succumb to your flesh. But that's why you have to be practicing now to exalt the spirit of Yahawashi so that your spirit can be connected to that and from that eternal river of living water. You know, so out of your belly can flow rivers of living water.
I got a
You got one too? We need to go now.
quick one. There's 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 11 and 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, when you come together to Salakia, I'm gonna start 31. It says, for if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
That's right. So when we go through chastisement from the Heavenly Father, when you catch in hell in your current state, the Lord is just making you endure now, so you'll endure then. All right. The Lord, these are like small little tests the Lord puts us through, so we can pass that big test. And that big test is that hour of temptation. You know, when that chip is presented to you. And like I say, the devil he uses smooth words, enticing words. So you don't know the chip could come at you in any type of form. All right, everyone's not just gonna be in a concentration camp and offered the chip. You know, like I said, it could be a job. It could be it could be visitation to your children or something like that. You know, it's something through the state. You know, and we know it's gonna come to you. You Jakes out there that's on EBT and Section 8.
That whole system is going to be involved in that.
And they showed you that through the government shutdown that was earlier this year. Our people were desperate. You know, the nigga woman was on there begging Trump for a job back. If they said, okay, yeah, you can have your job back, just take this chip in your right hand and your head, she would have been right with it, right along with the rest of the government workers. These devils, they move in calculated steps.
Some of these people, their job is their life.
Yeah.
Like their employers own them.
Yeah.
You know? Literally, man. That's why they just you see the one motherfucker at your job, he takes it over the top. He's very serious. He's watching you, he's being an asshole. You know, I'm just, he does it.
Protecting the interests of the business.
Come in on
kissing
his,
the ass.
Come in on his off day and shit.
Kissing the CEO's ass and just them motherfuckers right there, man, the beast. Them motherfuckers worship the image of the beast, man.
The beast will consume them, for sure.
You know? And really, like, when you on the job, when you on the plantation, as long as you're on their grounds and you have a lot of these jobs, you got to have a badge in order to even be on their premise. If you don't have that badge, then it's like you're not really one of their servants. So you need that badge in order to even get access into the premise.
Identification.
Idiots, man. It's a lot of idiots out here, man.
Hey, if y'all ain't seeing talking about you watching, if you ain't realizing that the spirit of vengeance and the spirit of judgment and the spirit of all these demons ain't amped up, you better get some protection. If you ain't noticing that, you probably right along pushing that energy on. Okay, our thing is trying to keep ourselves protected from that in the spirit of Yahawashi, trying to make sure we get in that tower and that we're locked in there, that we ain't gonna get pushed out at no time later. Okay, that we're in there truly safe.
Yeah, so like, I just wanted to wrap up what I was saying before that demon interrupted. But basically, those badges that you have, They're just gradually getting you ready for that chip. And that chip is already in your badge, but they want to put it in you. That's the ultimate goal. So just like how the employer has control over you on the job or on the premise, Esau, the elites will have that control over you on earth. Just like the CEO got control over you on the job, man. You know? That's how Esau wants it.
Let me start up. Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. You can deal with it, so that even at our temptation, you'll find a way. Your left will have a way to be out, to make it out of there.
The Most High will always provide you with an exit route. You know, a way to get out of whatever situation you're in. All right.
That's why the scriptures say you got to acknowledge the Most High in all your ways, man. You know, constantly be thinking, you know, calling upon the Most High in your mind, and look and ask for Him to show you, you know, in the spirit, you know, the way to go, or you know,
guide you in the spirit.
To guide you in the spirit, man. And the Lord will He provide that, man, if you acknowledge it. You know, our people, they panic and they don't think the Most High is an afterthought, man. They don't even think about the Most High.
They panic and they're looking for a quick fix.
They look to Esau.
Yeah. Their problems is like a gunshot wound, and they trying to put a Band-Aid on it, pretty much.
Psalms chapter 91, verse 14 and 15. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name.
That's what you were saying, bro.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
That's beautiful, man. Plain, man. So you got to acknowledge the Most High and all. That's what He's looking for, man. Are you going to call upon your father as a son?
That's the way you escape the temptation.
Exactly, man. Call to your father, man.
And if you catching hell right now in this world, and you ain't calling on him, what makes you think you're gonna call on that name when the time of temptation comes? The Most High might even take the name from you.
He gonna hide the name.
Yeah.
He gonna hide the name from the rest of the people. Okay? If that name ain't ingrained in your spirit, by the time all of this is the shit hits the fan, to say it that way, it's a wrap. You ain't gonna have that name. Some people that know the name now, the name gonna be taken from them. Okay? Just said the book of Matthew. You know? The 7th chapter. You got something, right? Let somebody pull something right now.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his...
It's funny, this is like the original Three Little Pigs story right here. Okay? Those that built their house upon a rock, which is that rock is Yahawashi, okay, that chief cornerstone, all right, that rock of offense, shall be all right and safe in that day. Those that don't, the foolish man is going to say.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it.
Great was the fall of it.
And our people, they build their house on that sand, their foundation on Christianity, Kemet, Islam. They built it on all these false gods, all these deities. And then when that day comes, they're not going to be built. Their foundation not going to be in Yahawashi.
Yeah.
Vengeance, man. Spiritual vengeance. Yes. But get that
Psalm.
yeah, from
Psalm 64. He was holding something.
who's holding something?
Yeah, I got something quick. Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, build your house upon that rock, and the Lord will make sure that the tempest and storm and rain is all coming. He'll make sure you remain steady, and that you'll make it through that, right? I guess this goes with it, right? Psalm 62, 64, verse 2. It says, hear my voice, O power Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
That's Esau. Hide me from the secret counsels of the wicked Esau. Because Esau is got the you people down to specific categories. You got your 2/3 rap niggas here, you got your sports niggas, you know, and he's gonna figure out how can he get that chip in the rap crowd, the sports crowd,
The blue collar crowd.
the blue collar crowd, the economic, you know, the cryptocurrency through that. It's all different type of avenues, all different kind of councils that Esau puts together to try to it's going to try to try you to take that chip.
It said, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yep.
And succumbing to his beast system, that's what that is. His whole beast system was part of that secret council. And I'll even say it, the Illuminati and all of those elite banking families and all that run the world, all of those people have a plan for you as cattle in their system. That's going to help make them money. But what you don't know is you're going to die a very painful, grievous death if you succumb to their system completely. Huh? Verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
The perfect is talking about the elect, all right? Because Esau's main objective, if he can get you 2/3 Israelites chip, that's nothing, all right? But if he can get the elect chip, that's where his new world order will be able to last.
We're his enemy.
Yeah.
We're the opposition. So he ain't worried about you, Jake. That's already tied into the system that's going to end up taking the chip with him. When he offers it, you're going to take it. But he's worried about those that's going to revolt and not take it, particularly us.
Elect.
Right? Some of you say you're not, but enough hard time to take it. But a lot of the elect, they know it's not going to take it. Okay?
A lot of you niggas that say you ain't gonna do shit, Jake is the most trendy hopping motherfuckers,
Yep.
man. Anything that becomes trendy, it becomes a hashtag on the internet. You hopping on it. It's the new wave. It's the next big thing. It's the hottest shit in the streets.
Yep.
Jake is gonna get on it. So let your favorite rappers come out and endorse the microchip. You niggas get the chip, man.
It's easy.
Okay.
Favorite athlete, LeBron
Let
James.
Steph
whoever.
Curry,
Yep,
let
Steph-
Drake, let all them niggas, man. They gonna promote the chip and you niggas gonna fall right in line, man. Okay? Years ago, back in the day, it was frowned upon to be a homosexual, so you had to keep it in the closet. Now niggas freely just be faggots now. Okay? Whatever's hot, you hopping on it, man. You know?
It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune and lay snares privately, right? They say, who shall see them?
Yep.
Most High's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. He see you.
And you know who else sees them? The prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord. We see the traps and snares that you put before even our people. And we were sitting out here warning you. We're warning you, hey, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. They're gonna try to put give you specific items, specific things, but it's actually the mark of the beast. All right, they even got I think it was Super Bowl tickets had chips in them. So how much sooner then they're gonna have to get in the Super Bowl? You're gonna have a chip in your hand. They're gonna be giving away free Super Bowl tickets for people. The first 20 people to get the chip, Super Bowl 55 or whatever, you get in free. That's coming. These things are happening.
That movie, The First Purge.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Kind.
It give you $5,000.
Oh yeah, if you take that
If
chip.
you take the chip,
Yeah.
we gotta monitor you
Yep.
and whatnot.
And if you
See,
have,
it's gonna be
kills,
it's gonna be incentives just like that, man.
And what Jake don't need $5,000 right now?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Every Jake need $5,000.
And it's gonna be a time of
Collapse.
economic straits, man.
Yeah.
You know, so Jake gonna sell out easy, man. Easy.
And then, you know what's crazy? After they give you that $5,000, that's when they're gonna collapse the dollar. So you got it. You know?
Or if they're smart, they'll just be like, we'll put it on your chip.
Yeah.
And it'll still, you know, give you your money where it counts on this chip. Then you
Man,
can
wait.
do everything. You can be fully in the system. And it says, they search out iniquities. That's why they know Jake like the back of their hand, the people. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
Yeah, that's those thermonuclear missiles, those ICBM missiles. That's gonna be shot mainly over here in America, but all throughout the world. All right, just because what you did to the saints, what you did to the men of the Lord, to try to what you did to the men of the Lord, what you did to Israel as a nation. Yes,
It's Psalm chapter 37, verse 14. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart and their bow shall be broken. Let me jump up. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him.
Isn't it funny how the wicked don't really fuck with the wicked like that?
Yeah.
They only fuck with the righteous.
Yeah, they only want to fuck with the righteous. Or those that's on the fence. Okay? That's all they really mess with. When you dealing with somebody that's got demons on them, they ain't fucking with people that got demons on them. They fuck with people that don't have demons on them.
They fuck
Those
with-
that can't turn.
They fuck with people that's trying to do right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, turn to the Lord and call on the name, and that's when the demons really fuck with you.
I had a couple actually. I don't know if y'all was I had another. This is Psalm chapter 10 and I'll start at 5. It says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far about out of his sight. For all of his enemies he puffeth at them. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He setteth in the lurking places of the villages, and in secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net.
Yep.
That's Esau. That's Esau to a T after you tribes. The poor, the lowly. That's us. That's us as a nation. And Esau, all he does, day and night, 24 hours, 24/7, seeing how he can trap and kill the nation of Israel. You know, how he can keep you niggas on drugs, keep you niggas twerking, keep you niggas doing ignorant shit on World Star. Esau loves that. As long as you Jakes is doing wickedness, Esau is in his heaven, his rulership is going to continue to thrive. Once you come back to the Heavenly Father and you call on his name and call on our true power, come back to our heritage, come back to the Lord's statutes and commandments, that's when Esau is shit out of luck. That's when you're going to see his kingdom begin to really deteriorate. And it's happening because Israel is waking up, whether you believe it or not.
This kingdom is going to go out with a bang, and it's going to go out on a sudden.
Yeah.
When you live, it ain't going to be like long, drawn out, hundreds of years till this happens. It's going to go down in one major event.
Yeah.
That's not going to take a long time to do, 30 minutes to an hour, they say, these missiles, and it's going to be rather fast.